Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw, Editorial Director at TigerFitness.com and Muscle and Brawn Nutrition CEO. Guys, in this video I want to talk about warming up for a 1-rep max. I've covered this before in videos, but it's such a common question that I want to go over it again. So, I'm going to tell you how to properly warm up, how to properly ramp up your sets to hit a 1-rep max attempt. Now, there's a couple components that I use. When you're working up to about 50% of your max and then 50% and above. So I'm going to cover the first component first. I'm going to cover the first component first. First goes first. So the first component, up to 50%. Let's say you have a 300-pound bench press-ish. You're in that range for the bench press. And you want to test a new 1-rep max. So 50% would be about 150 pounds. So I would start out with the bar by 2 sets of 10 just to get the blood flowing, in the pecs. Then I would go up to maybe 95 or 135 by 5. And then now that you're at about 50% of your 1-rep max, it's time to start ramping up by 10% increments. We're using about 50% of your 1-rep max. There's no need to get anal, so you don't have to do a 135 set and then a set with 150 and exactly hit your 50% of your 1-rep max. So we're at about 135 pounds. We've done a couple warm-up sets with the bar. We've done 135 by 5. Now we're going to ramp up by about 10% increments until we get to that 1-rep max attempt. And we want to ramp up by these 10% increments because we're trying to stimulate our central nervous system to prep it for that big attempt. We don't want to take big jumps in weight above 10%. And here is why. The central nervous system plays a vital role in muscle fiber recruitment. If you just got under 305 pounds and tried a new 1-rep max attempt without warming up properly, your body would have no real drive, no real need to recruit all the muscle fibers. It's not been properly warmed up, properly stimulated. So you'd get under that bar cold and your body's just not in that mode where it's working hard. It hasn't been told to recruit a maximal amount of muscle fibers. So you'd get under there and you would probably be weaker than you would be if you warmed up properly. So when you ramp up at about 10% increments, you are slowly, gradually encouraging the body to recruit more and more muscle fibers. And you're going to get to a point where you're not fatigued. You can make a proper 1-rep max attempt, and you'll have a maximum amount or near maximum amount of muscle fibers at your disposal. So that is the goal. So at about 135 pounds, we're going to ramp up by about 10% of our 1-rep max, and these are about 30-pound increments. So we hit a 5-rep set with 135, so we're going to jump to about 165, and we're going to do a 3-rep set. And then we're going to go to about 195, and we're going to start hitting singles. So I do that first 5-rep set, then a 3-rep set, and then I go up by singles. So 5, 3, 1. So we're going to do 135 by 5, 165 by 3, 195 by a single, 225 by a single, 255 by a single, and then we'll go to about 285 by a single. We don't want to push it too hard. I'd probably go to about 280 by a single, and then I try my new 1-rep max attempt, which is 305. Our old 1-rep max was 300. So, again, the point of a warm-up is not to fatigue the muscles, especially during when you're attempting a 1-rep max attempt. You want to warm up, you want to bring up your core body temperature, obviously, and I do that just by moving and by doing those initial 2 sets of 10 with just a bar to get moving, to get blood into the muscles, to start getting increasing blood flow and to increase core body temperature. Then from there, I slowly ramp up with the 5-rep set, the 3-rep set, and singles. So the first block of that 1-rep max attempt, that 1-rep max attempt was working up to about 50% of your max. And then from there, beyond that, from 50 to your new 1-rep max attempt, you work up by about 10%. 10% meaning 10% of your old 1 rep max. So let's say you have a 500-pound deadlift. I'll give you one more example. I'll start off with the bar by 10, and then I'll do like 135 by 5, and then I'll do 225 by 3, and we're getting close to our we're getting close to 50% of our 1 rep max. From here, I'd probably jump to 275 by 1. So we're at about that 50% range. From here, we're going to jump up in about 10% increments or 50 pounds. So I'd go, and you don't have to be anal about this. I just go about. What I do is I would just go to 3 plates, do 315 by 1, maybe up to 365 by 1, 405 by 1, 455 by 1, and then I'd go for the new 1 rep max attempt, 505, 510, whatever. So guys, that is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to warm up for a 1 rep max attempt. Your muscles will not be fatigued. You'll be stimulating your central nervous system properly. You'll be prepping yourself properly for that 1 rep max attempt. You'll have a maximal amount or near maximal amount of muscle fibers at your disposal. I hesitate to say maximal because I don't know that there is such a thing physiologically, but this protocol will serve you well. So try it. Let me know what you think. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.